back in my old haunt. This morning I figured out the stalking probe trick to get into South, and I am now in Howling South. This morning I came in here and snuck my way back in without problem. I lulled a few live mobs in Visverse Undead, passed a bunch of stuff, snuck past a bile that I didn't lull. Got back here, killed. I like to fight back in this area over here. This is a wandering mob that circles this little area right here. I know this is a quick video, but I'll give you the run of the place later. And this dude wanders in the hallway I'm standing in right now, this cave. He walks up next to this spot. A named can spawn here, trash mob here, trash mob here. Everything's level 49 to 55. Trash is only 49 to 52, but the names vary from 50 to 55. There's necromancers, shadow knight, harm touchers, warriors, monks. When I came in here this morning, I managed to kill this guy using this guy, and then I lulled these two and pulled the named guy out, and almost immediately lost the fight and died. I would like to say that I'm rusty, but I actually had terrible luck. My pet, the placeholder was level 53, which is I think as high as the placeholders. I got a named. It's a crappy one, but he's a named. As high as the placeholders can be, and he got bashed by my pet right as charm wore off. So he didn't summon me right away because he was stunned, but my pet did turn around and eat my rune and my berserker or bedlam before I could even do anything. Then by the time I did get summoned, when the bash wore off, I was now getting meleeed by a level 53 mob and my super buff level 50 pet. I got 3 stuns interrupted in a row, dead. Oops. That would be the wrong spell. That's supposed to be a shiftless deeds. It doesn't matter though. This thing's only level 50. My pet's going to eat it up, even if I don't help. But yeah, so I died very quickly, and I logged off outside, and I didn't think he had mana, but I wasn't sure. Posted on the forums to see if any of my adoring viewers would happen to have a cleric down here to res me. Turns out somebody who's watched some of my videos did see my plea for help, and he has a necro in South. Rivik was his name, and he burned an EE to res me. Oh, my little kitty's meowing in the next room over. Here's me talking. He burned an EE to res me and refused to accept payment. Very generous of him. And I logged back on a couple hours later. My kids are all asleep. I sent my wife to go get groceries, because I usually do it. And now I've killed like 5 or 6 mobs back here, and to slowly earn some XP, since I still lose 59 if I die. And see if I can get some name stuff. I've killed a few summoners back here so far, been getting summoned a lot, beat up a lot. My mana pool is very small. It's very difficult to handle charm breaks and survive fights in here. Because between recasting Berserker Spirit and Rune and Allure, even just once in a fight, it's pretty rough. But I haven't died yet, and I just got my first named loot, which is the better drop that guy has, I believe. I'm gonna pull my pet back here like this. This is a very routine spot for me. Like, I know exactly how I like to do it, and barring anything drastic having changed. Yes, I see you, little dude. Hi, please don't chew on my cords or I'm gonna have to lock you out of the office again. As long as nothing has changed in mechanics too much, then the things that I did in here before I will keep doing now. I'm just trying to blur him so he heals up and is not going to smack the crap out of me while I'm working on waiting for the new spawns. Normally, when I'm back here, I would kill the mob that paths around here and charm the one in the hallway, or vice versa, depending on which one's a level that I like. Oh, he did blur. Okay. And then I would leave the 2 mobs that were here and here alone, and I would just lull them every pull, and then kill the named every time. And, you know, if it wasn't busy, I'd even log out for 10 or 15 minutes between fights just to save my buffs and stuff. But since I'm not level 60 and max XP, I'm going to kill stuff to get XP. I'm not going to focus on getting full XP for anything. I'm just going to let my pet eat half XP on everything. But it's better than nothing. I think I'm going to have to lock my cat out of the room before he destroys something. I'll be right back. He was asleep a minute ago, so I kind of thought he was not going to be a problem, but he woke up. So he came in here meowing at me and started chewing on something. So, yeah, like I said, I normally would try to kill as little as possible because I'm not interested in the XP, and every fight is potentially dangerous in here when you can have level 52 necromancers respawning and stuff like that. But I do need the XP, and in ways, clearing is safer than calming, in ways. So the spawns back there aren't back up yet. I guess I can just, I'll blur my, damn it, I'll blur my pet off, and I will run around the zone a little bit and give you a bit of a lay of the land for anybody who's not familiar with this zone. There's 2 other people in here. Oh, there were 2 other people in here, and they're gone now. I don't know what happened to them. They didn't clear in very far before they left. But it'd be nice. I know where I ran around and got a... Pet still hates me. I got a little glimpse of what was in here earlier. So I'm going to run around and show you where things are before the composition of live and dead mobs changes and gets me killed when I try to do that. If I can get my pet blurred anyways. Okay. This is like the cubby, I guess. I don't know. This is like the cave. I don't know. Something like that. Over here is the entrance up in that area. This bile is the only guy over here I really have to look out for. Everything else is undead at the moment, so I can run around with IVU up freely. Up around this corner is the drop down. There's my corpse from earlier. Got a north key on it. There's a named placeholder. One of those spots, I don't remember which one, is a named. Around this corner, there's a live mob, so I have to be careful. Like right over here, there's a live mob I gotta watch out for. In here, that's a placeholder. There's a big room with a bunch of spawns in it. That's a placeholder. Back in this way, that bile pass over this way. There's a couple of rooms. This room has a named in it, potentially in it too, but he's not up right now. That hexbone, I think, is the spot for it. So that's a quick lay of the land around here. I don't really want to run around too much more and risk getting myself killed and take too long and the respawns pop up. I want to pull them one at a time. Be safe about it. So yeah, but that's pretty much the lay of the wing. That big room with the bile placeholder that I showed you has a door in it that's locked. That leads in a very long hallway down to the east wing. Excuse me. But there's a key. You need to get a key for it from the named room. There's a named room back here too. One of those guys isn't named, but this is the key that takes you through the door that leads to east. So I'm just kind of, it's kind of boring, a little slow. I'm just going slow here, and not working with a lot of mobs because I don't want to push my luck and get myself killed because I'm pretty reliant on somebody helping me to get my corpse. It's possible to get in here without help, but the best way to do it is if I kill the few live mobs that are around, and then I can just IVU all the way in here anytime I die without any I have 2 keys up top that I could let myself in with. But the process of clearing live mobs. Oh, I guess I don't really want to do that quite yet. The process of clearing live mobs out. Amongst a bunch of other mobs is not easy, so I need to blur this guy before he starts summoning. I think that should be enough. My pet's going to need a new haste, I think. So my pet's level 50, just about the perfect level for a pet. He doesn't summon yet, which makes the charm break less complicated. But I'll see the NPC he's fighting is level 52. So if I back my pet up away from him, he's going to get summoned. There's an interesting delay on summons. Maybe I didn't have a bash slowing down the stun or the summon from my when I died earlier. Maybe there's just a little bit of a delay before something summons once it gets out of melee range. That never used to be there. It used to be, well, I mean, it's been years since I was dealing with summoners, but it used to be that I'm going to face myself this direction, so if I do get summoned, I can run away from the summoner since he is rooted, and just have my pet smacking me while I try to channel stuns. It used to be that the millisecond you backed out of melee range, you got summoned. Looks like there's a little bit of a delay now, which is troublesome probably. I might get used to it. It might not be that big of a deal after all, but for right now, it's something that I'm not used to, and it'll throw me off if it hits me. Pet's chewing through this guy just fine, and then I'll go through the process of blurring my pet again to get him ready for the next pop in the room back there. Another trash mob. I'll probably keep doing this video. Oh, is he up already? I think my pet can handle it. Oh, a necromancer. I'm going to break the spawns up a little bit and make sure my pet's at full health before I tangle with a necro. They are nasty. So I learned something new today. Level 55 plus spells can drop in Howling Storms North. I got a level 55 wizard spell off of one of the named level 50 mobs in North. So I think that it looks like all the names in this entire zone can probably drop 55 plus spells, which is cool. Although they aren't terribly common, because I've seen 2 so far in all of the names that I've killed leveling solo in here and with groups. So, nope, not common, but it's something at least. Alright, so he's good enough. Get him locked up, bring that necro over, and I'll load a third stun in addition to pulling him with slow. So I like to pull with Mez. It's a very low resist rate. Gives me a chance to fire off these spells. Oh, my pet's rooted. That's not good, because this dude's going to cast on me when he... I don't know, figure it out, eh? I don't like using color slant. It's so if I stand right about here, I think he'll come right up next to my pet and then try to kill me with some horrifying necromancer spell like Ignite Blood. Whoops. Don't kill me, please. I think I'm going to get summoned now. Well, I'm definitely going to blur you, buddy. Okay. I think he's going to leave me alone. He's not interested in me. My pet's killing him so bad already. The Pathers right back there come really close to aggroing me in the position I'm in right now, but I think I'm okay. It looks like this is a low-level heal it. He's not. I'm going to need a new rune. before I fight the boss again. I don't want my pet to get dotted, especially if I'm dealing with something that can summon, because then, ooh, that's really close. He just barely doesn't have line of sight to us here. My pet's about to eat a dot, but that's okay. Ooh, there's 2 of them. Scary. Howling Stones is scary. I like it. It's fun. I think my pet's still rooted. Yes. Blur him up again. Let him regen. Get up a new rune 5. And whatnot. I don't think he blurred. And the next respawn is going to be the pather that's out where my pet is right now in a little while, and then the names again after that. So I'm only killing 4 mobs every 19 minutes, unfortunately, so it's a little slow, but being a little meticulous in this area is the way to go, especially when you're level 59, dying loses your level, and you have absolutely horrible gear. I'll come hide over here for a little while, let my pet do his thing, wander around. Yeah, he's blurred. Okay. Trying to think if there was anything specific I had questioned, people had asked me about, or anything that I was going to talk about while I was on here. I do have to say that I very much enjoy how many people watch my videos. I've said it before that I get a kick out of how many people send me a tell and say, hey, I've got a 60 Enchanter, I made it 2 years ago because of your videos and stuff like that. Or even the level 12 Enchanter was talking to me today, asking me about low level charming and getting some tips here and there about EQ in general and enchanting and everything. But like I haven't had a tell yet, which is, oh no, I have had a couple tells. They weren't just random, hey, I know you tells, but it's surprising. I get at least, I would say on average 2 or 3 different people sending me tells that either know me only because they watched my videos and then we started chatting after that, or just a random like drive-by tell, somebody who doesn't even talk to me again or hasn't talked to me before saying, hey, they've seen my videos, they like them. It's fun. Makes me feel all warm and tingly inside, you know. So yeah, I appreciate that people enjoy watching this. I have fun making them, so it works out well for everybody, I guess. I think I'm joining Paradox as a trial for 2 weeks. Cavalier here, I think that's how I would pronounce it anyways, is one of the officers, and I noticed I friended the officers because one of them was going to try to invite me. But I don't feel like, I think he's in hate. I don't feel like finding a wizard to take me to hate, and I don't really want to leave south either. So for now, I'm going to remain just poor old ungilded no man, hanging out in Howling Stone South. While I'm waiting for the other mob to respawn, I might as well zealously overbuff myself to make sure that nothing wears off in the middle of a fight, or that I'm not low on mana when I need to kill something. Those pit traps are pretty deep. And this spot is where I made, you know, like Tecmos I probably had, oh, I don't know. I probably made 2 to 2.5 million plat with him over the time I played him. Had over 1 million liquid at one point and made a thread about it. That was fun. But, you know, probably half of that was made here in Howling Stone South. It used to be a lot more profitable than it is now. A couple of the drops that were all the drops are less valuable than they used to be, except for the steel hilted flint dagger, the ranger conflagration proc thing. But that's incredibly rare, and not one of the highest priced things anyways. So all this stuff is less valuable, although a number of the drops are still quite valuable, like in the 8 to 15k range. So you can still make a lot of plat back here, maybe half as good as it used to be, but I know this area well because this is definitely where I killed dozens of every one of the 5 different named mobs that spawn in here, and hundreds of all the different trash mobs. I spent some time in East, Solisek B, Lower Guck, Chardock, all over the place also, but I spent the majority of it here. I like East as well, but I'm not going to venture over there solo until I'm 60, well into 60, and I have some clickies to support me besides a hat. Fighting without any clicky support is on an Enchanter. Obviously, Enchanters are still very powerful, but they have a harder time recovering when you're dealing with really high level stuff if you don't have like a Wand of Allure or a Woolly Spider net. Although the nets aren't as important as they used to be, because now that stuff summons you if you're highest on the hate list, regardless of whether they're rooted and engaged with something or not. The woolly nets aren't as big of a deal. Maybe for quickly rooting multiple targets, but that's a pretty niche kind of thing. But the Wand of Allure is a big one, because being able to instantly recharm your pet without having to try to, especially when you have basically no threat, because you've blurred the thing you're fighting after you slowed it and all that, being able to instantly recharm your pet after only taking like a round of melee, and then backing up after being summoned, and your pet regains aggro on some nasty thing like Drusilla's Aether, who hits for 250 and life taps and casts level 50 Necromancer spells. That's pretty clutch. I tend to not use, I never really used clickies very often. I probably died more often. It looks like a time to fight. I probably died more often than I should have, because I would resist using clickies. But they're definitely worth using when you're in a situation where you're gonna, if you're gonna die if you don't use it, and you're trying to secure a kill on a named mob, then it's definitely a good idea, I would say. So yeah, I'll go into East once I have clicky support or duo and level 60. I'll spend some time in here, obviously, here at 59. It take a long time to go through 59, killing a mob every 4 minutes for half XP though, so I'll probably also be elsewhere. Ooh, a little close to that fella there. Get him all debuffed. I don't remember what mobs have what level ranges. I know that 49 to 52 is the total range of trash in here, except for placeholders and names. But I don't know exactly. I don't know if this guy can only be 51 or 52, or if he can be face this way in case I get summoned. I'm ready to run away right away. Doesn't look like I'm getting summoned. My pet misses a lot. Boy, I wish I had Visions of Grandeur for that extra attack, right? I thought about firing up Boon of the Guru. I just bought it recently, seeing how much of a difference the little... the stuff that's in here, even the level 55 named, he would work over a level... my pet that I have right now. But he, with me helping with some Berserker Spirits, it wouldn't be... There's no way I'd lose unless I had bad luck with breaks. But against some tougher monsters like Dartane the Lost or Drusilla's Aether, Emperor Chottle, the stuff in Crypt and Sebolus, against names like that, the life taps that Boon of the Guru delivers, and especially the extra dex that it gives if you're giving your pet proccing weapons, which I would be if I were fighting anything tougher than the stuff that's here in South, that would make it... I would be competing for this spell slot right here and forcing me to juggle my... Look at that, Packer again. 2 Eddies. Oh, he didn't have his best drop last time. He's got this The mace that procs a AC buff or something. Not exactly stellar, but I'll take it. Apparently my pet pissed him off right away with melee. Well, back-to-back names. Of course, it's not the one I want. I want embalming fluids, man. Oh, come on, 55 spell. Nope. A little too optimistic right there, probably. Well, doing alright here. I mean, I've already made a lot more plat than I would have in 4 hours in North. I got lucky. I only had... How long was I in North for? I can try to remember what level I was when I came back to the game recently. 56? So I made like 3 whole levels in North, and I only got 1 adamantite club for like 3k, and then, you know, a bunch of like 50 to 300 plat items that I sold. I probably made like 5,000 plat total in multiple levels there, and I've probably made 1,000 just now in the time I was here. I'm not really sure what this stuff sells for anymore, but probably better than the stuff I was dealing with before. That's a decent bard weapon, I guess. And you guys know the routine already. Ooh, he got really close to me that time. If I were daring, maybe after I settle in a little bit in here, or I get some clickies to protect me in case I get in trouble. Probably just after I settle in. I will also be pulling, like there's these 2 pathers that come around the corner over here. So there'd be 3, 4, 5, 6 mobs I could kill every 19 minutes without having to leave this little area here. Staying very safe and everything. I'll probably do that for a little bit more XP while still staying safe. I haven't given my pet any gear except for a torch. No proccing weapons, no minus resist gear, no AC gear, none of that stuff. I kind of don't trust that he's going to stay rooted all the time. He has so far. He hasn't broken a root really, except when he was in combat, I guess. So I try to keep him mezzed if he's aggroed. I don't know. I think I have a little delay here before these things spawn, so I guess I probably should blur him off and go wander around or something. See where the rest of the name stuff, or see what the rest of the trash in here is. What would be great is if I could blur my pet more reliably without needing actual memory blurs. Nope. I'm just too lazy to load the spell. Probably would be. Okay, I'll load it. You win, RNG. You win. Now, of course, it's going to get blurred as soon as I get the spell up to try and blur him legitimately. Yep. You win, RNG. I already admitted it. You don't need to rub it in. What would be nice is if I could kill this live mob right here, because then I'd be able to move back and forth between this area here and that central cave that I viewed down through the wall, where there's a bile down at the far end of it. And then with a lot of lulling, you can, from that central cave, pull this guy who can be named, and then that bile that was on the little raised pedestal who can be named. Lots of lulling. More dangerous than this spot. I think this is the safest spot to be soloing like I am, because you have the fewest mobs to deal with, and it's pretty easy to split them up. You know, you only deal with 1 pet and 1 enemy at first, and then you only are trying to deal with a spawn of 3, whereas in the other spots you're trying to lull a room that has like 5 mobs in it, or 4, it's, or you're trying to pull the named through a hallway where he's going to run right over top of pathers, who, even if they are calmed, will sometimes still aggro. So it's a lot sketchier. Even if you can still do it. I certainly did at 60 when I was not wanting to just sit here and very passively play like I am now. I guess it's not terribly passive, but it's slower than it could be. I would move between the different spawns and try to pull other spots too. And then also, when you get a repop or an earthquake, these named mobs respawn too. And, well, maybe not earthquakes, but server resets will respawn all the mobs in here. And it's even possible, or at least it was in the past, that you could see 2 of the same named spawn, but in different locations, because each of the 5 spots where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots where names can spawn in south, any of the 5 names that are possible in south can appear. I'm not sure if you can spawn a named when there's already one up, but at a respawn, when everything is repopped at the same time, apparently you can have multiples of the same named. So sometimes when that happens, you might be the first person to log in into south. At least I often am. Crazy EQ in there. Oh, there, we lost the fetter early. That's a pain in the ass, because now he's not positioned quite right to hit something that I fetter as it comes around the corner. I'll deal with it. I could probably reposition him by trying to dispel the root when he's charmed and pulling him out here and then breaking charm and rooting him again, so he's in exactly the right spot again, but nah, that doesn't sound like fun. I guess I will charm him now. Get him with a new AQ. I've mentioned before, I don't use Gina, whatever. So I don't know my buff timers. TOT him to get my mana back up a bit. I think the trash over here is pretty... Oops, that's not the right buff. It's pretty close to being due. I really should probably use that Gina, huh? So I don't have to keep talking about when things maybe probably should be happening. I can just tell you. I can just not show it on my stream, so that way I can act like I still don't use it, when really I've got the numbers sitting right there telling me everything I need to know. Yeah, I sense that my Clarity 2 has been on for about 35 minutes, and oh look, it just started blinking. Oh yeah? You want to know something? Fuck you. I think I've even seen one of the devs on P99 mention, maybe, I don't remember. I want to say that I have mentioned that charm coding is such that you either have a very short charm or you have a very long charm. No, it was probably somebody who had done testing. It wasn't one of the devs, but if your charm's going to break, it usually is going to happen within a few ticks, and if it's going to last more than a couple minutes, it's going to last like 10 minutes. And there's not a lot of 2 and 3 minute duration charms compared to under 1 minute and over 5 minute charms, really. I think I'm gonna do this to get him right next to my pet. Looks like I must have blurred him, or else he wouldn't be turning my pet right away. A little lure in case I get summoned, and facing the right direction to run away from my pet's horrifying fist of death if I get a break and a summon. I wonder if that little delay on summons, it might be possible that I could sit, like if I sat on the back side of this Heelot Spectre here. If I sat on the back side of him out of melee range, Color Shift will still hit him from outside of melee range. I think Flux will too, but it's very tricky to get, it's like a, 1 unit of measurement. Color Shift and my higher level stun will both definitely hit him from outside of melee range, however. So I could perhaps keep him rooted and sit just outside, and if I was quick enough, I might be able to, even on a charm break, both are rooted. I don't get summoned right away because of that little delay that I seem to be seeing. I might be able to cast one of my quick stuns and stun, and then AoE Mez without even getting summoned at all. That would be pretty epic. Dementia. That would be pretty awesome. I'm going to have to investigate that. Oh, no. Oh, God, I'm going to get hit so hard. Oh, stand up, you stupid fucker. Stupid pet. Stupid no man. What are you thinking? Why would you try to root yourself? Why would you stay ducked when you're trying to cast a stun as your pet's barreling down on you? We have fun. Me and my sepulcher skeleton. Who doesn't want to blur? There's another Peridot down the drain. Oh, I've got plenty to spare. Excuse me. Sniffling in the microphone. I'm sure it sounds great. Yeah. That's good enough, pet. It's go time. Oh, do I have a... oh well. Push my luck. Which is a bad idea. I shouldn't push my luck. I should wait until I'm at full mana. But nah. That doesn't make for an interesting video. I'm gonna be really low on mana. Boy, it sucks having low int. My int is 136 unbuffed. And even with Enlightenment and Gift of Insight, yeah, I'm rocking just over 2,000 mana, 2,200 mana. That does not go a long ways. It sucks. I forgot to mem the right spells. I gotta be better about memming Bedlam and hopefully that blurred him. Or he's not even high enough to summon. I want to say that these biles are usually summoners, but more than half of the trash is. It's pretty rare to see 49s. 50, 51, 52 are all pretty common, I would say. Oh, he's only 49. I've seen a surprising amount of 49s and 50s in here since I've come in. I haven't killed a lot of mobs. Maybe I'm just having good luck, but I think I've seen 3 49s and like 3 50s, which is pretty low compared to what I would expect to see. More 51s and 52s. You know, I should get full XP for this guy. Don't even need to do that crap. Yeah, I should try to get full XP when I can in here, since it's at a premium XP. Important. What do you mean interrupted? I was standing still. I'll probably recast Shadow and Shield of the Magi over there in the safe spot while I wait for the cubby mob to respawn now. Okay. Go chill over here. think there's probably more than one safe spot in this wing, but this is the only one I know of off the top of my head. This little area right here, you know, from here over to there and kind of around this, probably right to about here is all pretty safe. There's pathers outside of each end, but they don't wander far enough that they get a line of sight on you as long as you stay in the right area. Not a lot of room to work with if you're trying to like put a group here or fight things. I don't like fighting over here. It's just not spacious enough. I guess it's probably not less spacious than the other spot, but I guess I got used to the other spot and that's where I like to be. Yeah, I think I recast these recently, but I got nothing else to do except ramble on and look through walls, so I might as well keep my buffs nice and fresh. I've gotten 2% in here. 1% per 25-minute cycle or so. 2% an hour. Nah, I'm only 45 hours away from level 60. That's nothing, right? It's actually really not, probably. I bet there's troll Shadow Knights from before the class penalties were removed that XP'd about that rate in groups and liked it. I don't think any more of my buffs need to be redone. Guess I can cast Augmentation for the agility buff. Well, I'll go see what this stuff is worth. Kylon, Moorhelm, Guardian's Mace. Excuse me. Met up a little bit, and then do it all again. Twice around, no incidents. It's very nice. Now I just need to get embalming fluids and so on, instead of sepulcher skeletons. P1999 Wiki Guardian's Mace. Yeah, it says around 1,000. I'll sell it for 700 and be happy. I tend to sell things as cheaply as I possibly can in EC because I hate being in EC. I would rather be back in Howling Stones killing things again, or anywhere else for that matter. So, Kylon, Warhelm. That one's cheaper. I think it used to be worth more, but because it was a very nice. It was a pretty nice magic resist item for a lot of classes during Kunark, but it looks like it's only worth a couple hundred now. Still a nice item, especially for only a couple hundred plat, but kind of like a mini Tranix crown, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, maybe get 1,000 plat out of the stuff that I got so far. That'll work its way towards getting me into the clickies that I need, and I don't know if I guess I'm probably going to try to get some clickies. Although I heard that Wands of Allure are like 5 to 10k in the last several months for some reason. One person I talked to, I think it was Nebris. I think he said that people don't loot them in Fear, which is why they're expensive. But that means people are all dumb, because if the demand is high, then the supply should rise, because who doesn't want 5k for bending over a fucking mob in Fear and right-clicking on one thing? I thought they might be high because people use them and expend them instead of recharging them, but regardless, they're out of my price range right now, despite the fact that I would like to have at least 2 of them. Maybe I can get them first-hand eventually. So I guess really I don't really have any clickies I do need, because the root nets aren't as valuable because stuff summons anyway, so yeah. maybe I will be saving for Bedlam right now and Forlorn Deeds. Those are pretty important. Forlorn Deeds is only 5% different, like I think Shiftless Deeds. Like 30, 50, 65, and then Forlorn Deeds is 70. But because of the way the formula works, that 70% is actually a lot bigger deal than you'd think it is compared to 65. And Bedlam is amazing because it's 150 more hit points than Berserker Spirit, and also lasts a lot longer, so don't have to recast quite as often when you're dealing with... I can't mez my pet right there, though, or else I'm going to get aggro. Let's do it. I guess I can let my pet go to town on this dude right away before I tosh and slow and everything, so that way doesn't look like he's high level though. He's getting trounced. Pretty sure IQ is still going to be good for the boss fight, so I'm not going to recast it now. You can calm your pet while it's still charmed, and then as soon as you break charm and get it blurred, it'll start regenning. Kind of a nice little trick. Not really much of a trick, but it's nice. So much for healing my pet up. I'm going to kill this guy right now. This guy probably is 52 to 54. I don't know. Maybe only 51. I guess I can fight him where he stands. He's not going to have respawns in there before he dies. He's beating on my pet pretty good, though. I don't know if this guy gets a monk attack. Let's see. Looks like he's level 52. Ooh, he just quadded. I didn't know that NPCs could quad without weapons. Pretty nasty. Quadded again. He quads a lot too. That's a high. It's a high chance for quads. Give my pet a little help to make sure he doesn't die. Don't want to lose that torch. Very valuable. No. I don't want to get hit. And that should seal the deal. Maybe. Auto quadding level 52 quasi monks mob thing. Nasty. Okay. I'll do it back here. Spam my root key. Go. Root him. Well, guess I should have definitely thought it first. Didn't loot that guy. Come on, buddy. How could you stay mad at me? Okay, I'm gonna have to go get Giant because it's starting to frustrate me that I don't know all my timers. I don't know how I've made it for as long as I have without it bothering me, but probably just because I'm like super paranoid about buffs falling off in the middle of a fight. Don't want that to happen. I can't recast those. They're going to end up... Oh, no, I can't. Overwhelming Splendor will move, but then I'll be able to put Rune or Berserker Spirit in its place, so that... I never knew this when I first was 60 or playing Tecmos. I didn't know that your buff order determines which spell goes down first. If you put a Berserker Spirit and a Rune up, and you go Rune, Berserker Spirit, the Rune gets eaten first, then the Berserker Spirit. You got to do it the other way around, since Berserker Spirit is the short duration buff. You don't want that wearing out. You want that wearing out first. Doesn't cost components, doesn't last as long. I think that if I tried to fight an extra mob right now, I'd probably end up being a little slow on my kills, and then... Well, no, probably not. I could do one more and it wouldn't be an issue, but my pet's rooted. If he were mobile right now, I would see about aggroing one of these dudes as they come around, but since he's stuck in place, I'm just gonna go another cycle without killing the extra mobs. Should really use Dazzle for this, hey? You know, back on live, way back in the day, I always used the longest mez that I had. And I never used AoE mez, I don't think. On here, I rarely use anything except the lowest mezes, because, you know, I'm usually not juggling so many. If I've got more than a couple of mobs, I'm not going to be single target mezzing anyways. I will just use the AoE mez. And if I'm... you know, it's not too common that I'm mezzing something for an extended period of time, such that I need a minute and a half of mez. I guess back in the day, fights probably played out a lot slower, when everyone was dumb and nobody had good gear because of the fast schedule and everybody being dumb. I mean, not that we were dumb, we just didn't know. Low knowledge, not low intelligence, I guess. Yeah, so Dazzle probably made more sense when rogues did 40 DPS in Kunark, and you know, it took you a long time to clear through mobs. I do remember, now that I'm talking about it, what camps looked like on big pulls, and how long it would take even a well put together group to clear out 4 or 5 mobs in their camp. On live, I didn't like to charm on my Enchanter in groups, because CC was a bigger role, or maybe charm didn't last as long, I don't know. It'd be nice if I could get a good named pop to kill to end the video on. If you haven't noticed, yeah, we're at 54 minutes. That's approaching the limit for how long I'm willing to talk while I'm playing. Much over this, and I burn out, and I don't want to talk anymore, and I just get quiet, or I get bad. Although really I don't play for more than about an hour and a half at a time. Very often either. I tend to do a lot of like 30 to 60 minute bursts of play. Come on, embalming fluid. You know you want to pop up down there, you slimy little goo. Cough up an earring for me so I can buy some more tink bags and bedlam. Gnomes are great. I've never made a no enchanter because I'm a charisma whore, so I'm a high elf. Well, my first enchanter on P99 was a dark elf actually, because hide used to be a lot better than it is now. It used to be invis and invis versus undead and lasted forever. So unless there was stuff that could see invis around, like certain biles, not the ones in south, but the ones in west, and the ones in west and north sometimes can see invis. And some of the mobs in Cebalus and stuff. Hide was amazing. You get hide triggered on and bam, you go AFK all day long. You're good. Unless something AoEs you, I guess. It was beautiful to use right here. But they've changed it so now that it's just regular invis and not as great. That's not the... Isn't that one of the trash mobs? I thought that was, that one looked like it was spawned in the middle. I thought the named was due next. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Oops, that'd be the wrong spell. Yeah, I'll just pull it off. My pet beat his ass. This would be a good reason for me to bring proccing weapons in here, so I have less worry of getting summoned as soon as I land a slow or whatever. Even if I've got some, like, I think they're from Paw, some daggers that proc weaken or weakness or something, some crappy little low-level spell. But I bet 2 of those on a skeleton proccing, you know, like twice a minute each, would do wonders for aggro. Even though they're just cheap little things. I don't have many Nullhide Lariats. I haven't seen pet weapons really being for sale in EC, unfortunately. I need to pick some up, and I'd love to have some of those Smite staves, Deadwood staves, Nullhide Lariats. That's good enough for now. I don't need the big stuff. I just... something to help my pet out. The stun ones aren't probably going to work very often in here when you got a level 50 mob beating on something higher level than it, but there'll be a lot of aggro even if they don't actually stun. There's a bash. Where's the melee round? Maybe this was the name placeholder. I thought it looked like he was spawned too far to the left, but what do I know? Pet must have lost AQ. He's slow killing this fella. Wonder if he's... I don't think he was a summoner. Oh, my pet's still rooted. Oh, nope, he's just guarding. No, he is still rooted. Well, shit. Never mind. Guess he pet's finishing this guy off. I was thinking about killing him myself, but I didn't want to if he was going to summon me. Oh, well, bugger. I was hoping that was going to last. I was just about to break without having to do this little shenanigans. That was a quick one. It's like 2 whole floor tiles back. Where's Calm? guess if I come stand over here, it doesn't really matter if I call him or not, huh? He doesn't want to stay rooted anymore either. Or blur. That was the trash. Oh, guess I got my cycles off. Gotta remez him, I think. Let me get one more tick of health in. Alestriana is in Paradox. She was, he was the Enchanter soloing, or duoing with, I'm gonna do it this way, with, Heels Didar the first time I, watched his stream. This guy's 51, procs a life tap. Probably gets extra attacks for being some kind of monk dude. Well, now I'm all confused. I'm positive that... I don't know. Whatever. I thought that I had killed the one that spawns in this area. And that I should have gotten the named next, not the two trash spawns, but I guess I was mistaken. I was too busy complaining about how I don't work well if I'm streaming, videoing for more than about an hour. Look, I can't even talk without a second pause between my words now. But I want to kill a named that's a nice named on the video, so I'll keep plugging away at it. And I guess I'm waiting for the respawn over here now again. I seriously don't remember what the place... Oh, I remember now, because I ran up into the room to kill him. And he was quadding. Okay, now I got it. So, now I'm waiting a little while again. Throw some buffs up, and I think I'm going to take a quick AFK, go get some water. Quench my thirst. I'll do, like, Enlightenment and Clarity and my Charisma buff, and then I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'll be back after I get a drink. get a drink, wasn't I? Went upstairs and my wife was back from getting the groceries, and I helped unload some of them quickly, and then thought, oh, I gotta go back to my video. Forgot my water. Okay, back. Don't mind my chewing. My wife bought me Milanos. Of course, I had to quote Seinfeld. Cops eat Milanos? Yeah, I'm old enough to have played live EverQuest. I'm old enough to know Seinfeld quotes. Okay, let's go see if the guy in the cubby is back. I remembered my water this time. Yep. Oh, I'm really slow. Okay, I can do this. Shit, I guess I don't even have to be killing those guys in that room back there, because I've got this broken up enough that I can just fight on the spot. Gonna get summoned, yeah. Try to blur him here. I don't even know if I got meleeed. Probably did. Oh, no, maybe not. Slow head just landed. I guess my my kill times are... Oh, this guy's high level. 53. My kill times are slow enough, although the biles don't inherently quad or life tap or anything, so they're not that bad, even if they're high level. I guess my kill times are slow enough that the spawn timers get juggled around a little bit. Oh, the reason why I kill that guy in the other room still is because I don't have enough room to work with blurring and healing my pet without getting smacked if I leave that mob up. So I'll go kill that guy next and then come back for these two trash mobs. Unfortunate that I haven't seen named yet. I'll keep doing the video for one more cycle and hope that I catch one. See what time it is when he dies. So at like 11:07. This dude's only level 50. Lots of 50s. No, not complaining, I guess. Give my pet every little bit of help he can get. Little globs of gluey goo that drop in here cast a 1-minute route, but they've got like a 7-second cast time or something like that, and they're expendable, only one use, so you can't recharge them. But I pick them up, I figure why not. I don't know what level you have to be to click them, but yeah, it might be useful for somebody, so I kind of hold on to them just because. I probably shouldn't. They clutter up my bank and that annoys me, but yeah, whatever. Sorry if you hear me drinking, swallowing, eating. It would annoy the hell out of me if I were listening to somebody else, so I try not to, but a man's got to eat his Milanos and drink his ice cold water if he wants to maintain a quality stream. %. I'm definitely rocking that 1% per cycle. Kill 4 mobs that are very, very solidly blue, and I get 1% of my level. Well, it is level 59 for, it's nasty for a reason, because it's level 59, so what are you going to do? Plug away at it. Oh, you stay messed. I don't need my rune quadded off of me. Should pay more attention to the spawn times. I'm going to redo my junk buffs. Not that group resist magic is really truly a junk buff, but heck, even Gnome is pretty nice to have up, but I put them in my top slots just because they kind of double. Well, I don't have Gnome in my top slot. There. Well, at least I guess. So I say I don't like doing videos like this where it's kind of slow. I never used to either, because it's not as interesting to watch. But I guess that's kind of me assuming that somebody out there is sitting down with a bucket of popcorn and watching my stream all the way from start to finish without doing anything else, and that probably isn't the typical viewer now, is it? I'm guessing this is probably going on in the background for most people, so yeah, I should feel less bad for you. You're probably not as bored as I thought you were. You can listen for me pulling something and pay attention if you want to. Otherwise, just let it drone on in the background. My voice soothes you to your calm EQ state of mind. That was pretty pathetic. I won't say anything like that anymore. Come on, let's go, trash. Need more XP. I might almost not lose level 59 if I die now. Shouldn't I only lose 4 or 5% in 59? I'm pretty sure I was at 7 when I died here in South, and I ended up back in 58. I thought hell levels you only lose about 4 or 5%, and then regular levels you lose like 9, 10, 11. I've got another Milano over here, but I'm holding off. I can wait. I can treat myself if I get a named kill. Are either of these lore items? Both of them. I probably won't corpse either of them. If that guy spawns again and he's, I'm just gonna kill him and the loot can rot. I'm not gonna monkey around with a corpse and trying to get myself back into this location quickly before everything fully respawns for 1,000 plat. Somebody's down in the basement, I think. Oh. There we go. We got some trash to kill. Let's do it. I've been slacking on my buffs. Wait a minute here. Get my Berserker Spirit back up. Not a buff that I can afford to go without. I saw another 140, so he's not a summoner. 136, he's definitely not. So I'm surprised, like I said before, I'm surprised with how few summoners there have been in here, actually. My pets have been holding well for the most part, so it doesn't really matter much if stuff summons or not, as long as I'm a little cautious with my aggro right off the bat. Yeah, this skeleton that I'm killing is only 49. Maybe my memory of levels is off. Or maybe something has changed. I don't know. But I like it. Now this would have been one that I could have killed for full XP, but screw it. It's getting fairly late. I'm getting fairly bored. So, nah. Bunch of aftermath in here. Oh, Sedative was in my group in West the other day. He's the one who passed out in the middle of the group and then died in West. And I saw his corpse out at the entrance this morning, though, so somebody summoned it out. Probably raised him up. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe Drusilla. Probably would have seen something getting summoned. Unless they were super careful. With their aggro. Those little mounds. Play tricks on you when you're a short little gnome. I wish Mez was just a little bit faster cast so you could get it off on something that's charging at you right here. Fetter barely gets off sometimes though, and it's 1.75, so there's no way Mez is going to go off in time. Other level 50. I'll get full XP for this guy. Pushed close, isn't he? It's one of the first charm breaks I've had during a fight on this video, isn't it? First or the second, maybe? He didn't even get through Berserker Spirit. Pet hitting like a wussy. Now it's going to be tricky to break charm and get him rooted before he gets close enough. Oh, no way. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Time for a new rune. All that for a quarter of a point of XP or something. I gotta get him fucking all the way back here now. I keep getting shrunk when I bump up against the wall, it looks like. I mean, that's what was causing me to not get off some stuns earlier when I was trying to stun things. Guess I should avoid gnome when I don't need it, if I don't want to deal with that. Uncharmed mob. Not be a wise use of my mana. Let's see if it happens on all the walls. It does. See, it's letting me cast right now. Huh. So it just messes with my view, but doesn't actually stop me from casting, it looks like. Oh, the one in here is next, isn't it? No, nope, it's not, because we did it backwards. I gotta keep my pet mezzed until his root wears off. And kill the named on his spawn point. Come on, embalming fluid. That little 3-shot spellcast macros are working out good for me. It's pretty rare that I fizzle 2 or 3 times in a row, so it gets that second spell cast off quick. But it's not so many commands in one macro that if I duck right away and then stand back up, it can still try to cast the spell I was hoping to interrupt. Oh yeah, I have a timer on this one. It's still 2 more minutes. 1 more minute. Somebody's nearby. In the basement? I don't know where the hell they are. Close enough that I see them casting, not close enough that I see where they are. The safe place to sit when I'm doing this would probably be back all the way in the back of the little cubby, so that if my charm wears off when I'm not expecting it, which is, when it wears off, I'll be able to get a root off on it before it hits me. I'm not going to be able to interrupt or stop my pet right now before he gets to me, unless I perfectly time a stun. And if the name pops and I get a charm break, at least I'd be able to root my pet before he gets to me, so that I'm not... I mean, he's going to do a lot more damage than... Well, the one named... I forget the name of it. The one named who's like a level 55 spirity dude probably does as much damage as my pet does before he's slowed and everything. He would be a problem, but the other ones at least don't do as much. Although I need a harm touch, I guess. That's a tough call. The hell is he looking at? Pather out here. The bile that's wandering by. Maybe? He's all paranoid. Just wait for it, little guy. I thought it was going to be 07. That's the next... See if I can find it. Shit. There you go. Oh well, he didn't do too much. I mean, I guess he could have eaten half of the rune and I wouldn't even know it because... No way of knowing. As soon as I get my rune up, I'll send my pet at this guy. Too bad. Two names right off the bat, but neither of them were what we were looking for. What have we had? How long has this movie been going? Hour and 33 minutes, so it's been 5 or 6 times around. So we had two names, and then this is like the fourth placeholder. Well, at least I got a little bit of XP. 1,000 plat. I almost feel like I shouldn't post this video because it reveals my super secret south tactics. When I was in here with the necro who rezzed me earlier, he was mentioning how not very many people seem to camp back here. It scares a lot of people or whatever. And probably true. I mean, it is kind of nasty back here, especially to solo, because if you're... I want my pet to come back. Because if you're, die back here and you don't have, it's potentially tough to go get your body, and then you still need to get rezzed, and not pleasant to get stuck. But if you know what you're doing and have a little bit of luck on your side, then bugger. Should put Theft of Thought farther away from the spells that I swap all the time, shouldn't I? So that I don't right-click it on accident ever. That would be a hard habit to break, though. What was I saying? Anyway. I can probably get full XP for this guy. Nope, Pat's killing him way too fast. There's no way I'm gonna get... Pulled it off. Whoa. I didn't even notice that didn't kill him. I thought for sure it'd put him in, do him in. Oh well. Nothing good. I think I can stand for a few buffs here. These two at least. Probably augmentation, and then I'll kill the trash. Yep, there goes augmentation. Ooh. I didn't install Gina though, I promise. It was just lucky. I kind of want to even refresh Rune just to be safe. Boy, that last step that those two pathers take, it looks like they're not going to stop, and they're just going to walk right around the corner and drop a E-bolt and a harm touch on me. But no, they stop. I don't know why I suddenly hear a specter whistling. I don't think there's any of them pathing near me. Must be on the other side of this wall. Through there. No, guess not. I think Save has been in here. He enjoys giving non-torch weapons to his pets, just to spice things up a little bit, I think. Oh, no, I keep picking up that Milano to eat it, but no. I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna kill another name before I eat it. I'm just gonna met up before I throw up Berserker Spirit and Rune again. And then I will pick my pet back up and do away with the trash that spawns. Although I guess if I want to pick them off one by one, yeah. Ooh, pet was rooted this whole time. It's been a while since I had a crit lull fail. I lulled 2 mobs to get in here earlier, and then I lulled... Oh, I guess not very long. I lulled only 4 mobs without a fail here at this camp before I turned the video on, I think, when I was first breaking it or something. I don't remember. Like I said, video goes over an hour, I start losing it, lose my edge. Yikes. Maybe I'll throw this in. It up a little bit, and then I'll have it ready to use on my pet. Delicious water. I don't know why I have Dulcina friended. The trick with playing P99 and friending people and then quitting for 9 months is that you come back and you only remember the names of a handful of people who you've been friends with for a really long time. Okay. Next time he wanders around. Oh, I might have waited too long. Okay. Well, they're not even back up yet. I'll keep the pet mezzed until Wandering Mind pops, and then I'll use that. I'll save Theft of Thought's cooldown in case in the middle of, I can use in the middle of a fight. I'm not ready to charm him yet anyways, because I want to keep him. Oh, now I am. Doesn't look like I'm getting summoned. Where are those guys? Ah, there they are. The old rogue ranger monk shaman duo trio. Yeah, sedative. Yeah, sedative was fun. Yeah, I haven't. No, I did load that video. Yeah. I have a video from 2 or 3 days ago that I still haven't gotten put up because I'm trying to block out tell windows and stuff, and it's incredibly painful to do with YouTube. Apparently, I don't know. If I try to blot out more than like one spot at a time on the video in a single round of editing, it like freezes up on me. And then so blotting something out or blurring something out and saving it, and then well, might as well do this. Blotting something out and saving it, and then trying to. It takes forever for it to process the video, and then put the new version of it on there so that I can edit that one too. And it's just taking forever, pain in the butt. But slowly working on it. Let him get a little bit lower. Make sure he dies with one nuke. Oh, it blurred him, and it just took forever for that first tick to show up that I didn't notice. Oh, I'm far enough away here anyways, it lets me do it. So I guess I'll keep him rooted and charm him back up, and that second one should be up pretty soon. I'm daring enough to charge in there and try to loot, though. What's the worst that could happen? 530 point harm touch? So what? 520, I guess. Bugger. Ah! It's not rooted anymore. Asshole. I was trying to give you a buff. Be polite this time. Oops. Let's see if this guy summons instantly when my pet backs up, or if it's got a delay to it. It's got a delay, huh? That's interesting. A berserk frenzy, oh no. That's something good when you don't have a cleric around. Uh-oh, and that was a harm touch. Oh no! You can do it, little guy. There, he's safe now. Those good old crippling blows, though. Not gonna try to get full XP for the summoner, because screw that. I should put my blur next to my calm. And now I'm all messed up. I can't remember what comes next. It's the one out here, right? Yeah, I think so. Or no, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a bunch of rebuffs and then I'll go AFK for long enough that something's up when I come back. Go visit with my better half for a few minutes. Unless she probably went to bed. Did I not loot that guy? Why am I not looting anything? Losing my voice. That 2.5 plat, that'll really help. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Yet another placeholder. I'm talking to my video. Maybe I can get over here quick enough to AoE mez them again and fight them on the spot like I did with the last two. Nope, not even close. I wonder if the other one's over here yet. Nope. Okay, so when he gets over here, I'm going to AoE mez these two. Hopefully. Oh, this is the quads automatically, isn't he? I gotta... Pretty good stuff. Get a load of this guy. Thought he was ready. Apparently, yeah, I was gonna say, he must still be aggroed on me if he's gonna run towards me. That probably is enough. Pet seems to put out a lot of aggro, even though he doesn't have any proccing weapons. He picks these guys up pretty quick. Oh, these are the tough ones, isn't he? Oh, he's getting smoked this time, though. Last time, this same level dude worked my pet over and needed like 4 bedlams, 3 bedlams, and some stuns to finish it off even. So many trash mobs. And that's frustrating. The 2 names right away got me excited, and then having nothing since then. Pain in the butt. Harm touch has gone off twice, I think. 2 extra times since we started the video. Yep, so that's almost 2 hours now. What? Oh, charm ward. See, I didn't get summoned. He ran towards me. Oh, good lord. Manhattan. Got out just in time. You know what happened there? I thought my stun went off and caught them, but then I was getting hit before I even could start another spell. Oh, son of a bitch. That's the worst. So my hat charge got used, but I still end up dead at my bind instead of in West Commons. They did get stunned. That's weird. Huh. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. I don't know what happened on that pull. I mean, those guys are both... Did I not have him slowed or something? No, he must have been. That's just bad. That's really bad luck. Because I hit him with my fast stun, which it's not a long duration stun, but I mean, I would say at least 90% of the time that I can think of, it buys me enough time to get off a mez. Maybe it's not long enough for this. But anyway, yeah, they came. It felt like they came out of that stun really fast, and then even though I had it at 11%, I still ended up dead. I'm trying to corpse run myself. Where are my stuns? Maybe I need to stop rocking my 1 second cast. Yeah, I probably should. Show the corpse run just because, but I'm not gonna fight anymore because that was a placeholder for the named, and by the time I get back in there and get my corpse, everything's gonna be repopped if I can get back in there and get my corpse, and then I'm still gonna have to corpse the key that I'm using to get back into south, so that'll be the end of my fighting for the night. But I will try to sneak my way in there, show you a bit of a naked corpse run. Should have food on these corpses, but I don't. I do have paradots though. It's better than nothing. At least I can get a rune 5 up for the effort. I like to keep, I got 2 south keys here, and ideally I'd have water, maybe food, and paradots all on each corpse along with a key to south, so that way when I'm doing a corpse run like this I can pick up the food during Dot's key and then get myself all buffed up and not be thirsty, because if you're thirsty you don't regenerate mana from medding. I'd be relying just on clarity. That'd be a pain. Not hungry or thirsty yet, but it'll happen pretty soon, so I'm not going to try to buff myself fully with enlightenment and everything. I'll just get my levitate going here and get down in there and see if I can get my body. Nice and fast, at least. Won't save me from a horrifying death if I fail any lulls, which is fairly likely. My charisma 90 points lower than it normally is. I haven't assembled backup charisma gear for self-corpse runs yet. I have like 1 or 2 items in the bank. Necklace that's 9 charisma and ring that's like 7, so that's not going to cut it. The other big issue is, I do have a backup clicky in the bank though. That would have been worth going to get, but we'll see how this goes. Once I've died once, and it's not terribly bothersome to die again because I've already got 1 corpse in there. I'm already gonna not let that rot. I'm gonna wait until I can get it res. So if I get more, it's not like it's really any XP loss. I'm just gonna have to get res multiple times instead of once. I'll sit here and med for just a minute to get a Theft of Thought on this Clickies, and then I will Invis Undead and go in. At least I didn't lose 59 this time, though. I was far enough in, so definitely lost 7% of my level, though. So that'll help a little bit with the low resist compared to if I had lost my level, and we're only 58. I'm trying it. Anytime now, TOD. Let's go. Regular invis, but okay. Gotta avoid this feaster. Shit. You son of a bitch, aggro. Okay. Anyway, I don't have to do the stalking probe trick, obviously, because I have my... I don't like you either, Pyre Gallon. Killed you lots of times. Because I have the key. Undeads. So at least for a moment here, I can IVU and run up to the door and see what's beyond it. I know there's that one bile that hasn't been killed yet, but earlier that was all undeads just beyond the drop down. But it's possible that the people that were here before killed them, and they respawned as lives. Well, looks like I'm good. So once this bile is not sitting right there, I can zip in, IVU all the way to my corpse. Pretty awesome. That's about the easiest south corpse run you can ever get. And you have to drag my body out so I can get a res out at the entrance. And I'll re-corpse my key. Yeah, that's right. Get on out of here. No, not that corpse. This corpse. Boo. Bullshit. What am I doing here? Okay. Well, I'm all buffed, and I'm near full mana. I guess I might as well try to kill that stupid ass placeholder that got me. I'll just be quick with the non-hat. if I die again. Hey, if I die again, this south key will be recorpsed already. So here, I'll even be thorough, and I'll put another dot and a few food and water. Not all of them. Like this. There. Now if I die again, I've already got my south key and some dots and some food recorpsed inside the zone. I'm going to move this corpse. I'm going to loot this one fully. What do you mean it's too far away? No, not that. The second corpse would just mess with me. And I'm trying to drag this one out of here. So from, like, right here, you can pull out all the way out of the zone, I think, without coming into the wing. I don't know if I can sneak up by that guy without him aggroing. I probably can. I don't want to push my luck, though. So I will just go around this way and make sure that the... Yeah, this guy needs to be out of my way. Sure hope IVU doesn't drop. Whoops. Everything's going to all respawn now. On the plus side, I'm about to AoE mez these guys. Quick recovery anyways, and now we'll see if I can get one more cycle in before I go insane. And then need to get res. Pet haste. My pet rooted, I don't want to aggro the caster first because it'll be tricky to get the caster parked right next to my pet, unless the pet picks him up with one round of melee as he passes by instead of my Tosh that I used to pull. So I'll try to mez him first, and I know that guy's a little high, so I'll probably try to kill the named first here, I guess. I might want to let my pet heal. try again. It's strange, the Devourers are the higher level ones in North, but in here they're apparently the not higher level ones. I better mess from around the corner in case I aggro him. Don't want him to cast on me right away. I need to pick up the named as my other target so that my pet can pick that guy up if I aggro both of these. We're good. Beat the hell out of my pet. Guess blurring him now doesn't really serve a purpose. Jeez, oh Pete. Take it easy on my pet, buddy. Ooh, Heelstidar's in here. There, got my revenge. If he replies here shortly, I'll gate out and pull my body out and get a res. And since I know it's pretty easy to sneak back in with the key on me already, and then I can check on the repop. If he doesn't reply, I'll kill another one of the trash mobs while I wait. On that note, oh no, I just killed the one that repops here. Never mind. I kind of want to get rid of that necromancer. Sometimes the safer way to deal with this would be to AoE mez these two than to try to lull them. But I'll try the lulls. Paid off that time. I'll slow and then I'll load a second stun. when he gets up there. I won't try to get off this guy as aggro list. I'll just be chain stunning him pretty much. And hoping that he... Ah, shit, he's not going to come far enough back that he's going to... Resistant, and then I'm going to get dotted. Hopefully I blur him here. Another spell before he's dead. That's not useful. That's not useful at all. Yeah, this might get me summoned. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Well, anyways, I just gotta... I'm gonna gate out. Drag my body out to get res, and then I'll check back in here to see if I can catch the repop named. That would be good. Good. Been a long video. 2.5 hours. I'm ripping it up. I'm still conscious. Don't kill me before I go, please. Alright. This lonely little Milano cookie is never going to get eaten if I can't kill another named mob in here. It'll get stale by tomorrow. Leave that stuff there so I remember to corpse it later. I want to lose this key, regardless of whether I get more stuff, more name spawns. I'm definitely going to be corpsing this key to save because it's awesome to have two of them. So I assume the entrance is clear because, you know. chair. Sit down in it, it creaks and moans all over the place. What? What the hell direction am I facing? Bullshit. If I could target sedative here. There we go. Perfecto. Now a nice long wait until I can move to get back into south. Make sure I'm heading the right direction in the first place. Get my gift of insight up too. Helps with a little bit of mana regen. I want it up eventually anyways, so I might as well do it now. Oops, repop. Not a skeleton. No theft of thought. Boo. What's on this? Oh, my spent hat. Birds of Otis. When did I loot that? I think I'll go zip in here before these entry ones respawn. Talk about timing. Oh, God, that's close. I don't like that. I'm not going to aggro these guys, but the fire golem looks like he might want to come meet me. The angles are a little different here than they are in west, I think, because like you could stand right there. You stand right here in west, or right here, and oh, maybe he doesn't have a line of sight to me. It looks really close though. Well, regardless, he's not gonna come at me when I'm in Viz. I guess if I could catch... No, I don't have Gnome up. Try to get into the safe hall here then. If that vial will permit me. Go, 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 go. Oh shit. Too fatigued to jump, that's a good one. Thank God there's ledges, little ramps right there that I can run on. I never thought about the fact that you can't jump right after you get res effects. That would have been a good way to go. No repop yet. Is this one repopped yet? No. Maybe I can use my pet to help speed things up a little bit. If I can snag him. No, I don't like that. What about this guy? Another good reason to be paying attention to timers. If I knew exactly how long I had until that one over in the cubby respawned, I could go make use of my pet to speed up my medding. But since I didn't pay attention, I don't want to go check my logs right now. I'll just have to met up the old-fashioned way. Yeah, that's why I don't like this safe spot, because you don't have any good lines where you can pull something and then get it CC'd without it getting all the way to you and beating you up. And that obviously is a pain in the ass when you're wanting to do that. By the time I get medded and buffed, I'll probably have to kill that cubby dude, or keep him CC'd while I try to kill this whatever respawns here, if it's of a name. I don't know if I'll be able to stick around and keep playing more. It's after midnight for me. If I get another placeholder, I might just log out here. get all buffed up and medded up and try again tomorrow. See if I get better luck with what names pop up for me. To hell with this. I need to get medded faster. I'm all skeleton. Lovely. And I was being facetious. I'll wait and see what respawns before I decide what I want to do. I still have another minute or two. You know, if like embalming fluid pops right now, I'm gonna throw up Berserker Spirit and Rune and YOLO at it and hope, you know, just run in there. I think my pet's probably almost due for another harm touch, unfortunately. No, he's not. Yeah, I'll just YOLO in there and get off Wandering Mind and Theft of Thought on my pet, and then charm him up and hope he can kill it before it breaks or anything happens. But yeah, it's worth it. It's worth throwing yourself at something like that if you need to. It's a good time. I'd wait. I'd charge in there like right now. Stun Mez, the fluid, and then when my pet wanders over, probably root him in place in the hallway when he's walking towards me. Mez him. Tosh, Wandering Mind, Theft of Thought, remez the embalming fluid, etc. That's some shit. I'm not going to YOLO in there to get harm touch, that's for goddamn sure. Alright, well, I think that's going to be the anticlimactic end to the night. Oh, but I've got my key still. I have to corpse it. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buff up. When my pet pass back in here again, I'm going to IVU out into the hallway, AoE mez these two. Kill the placeholder one more time, and as repops are happening, I'll corpse my key and I'll come back in with a stalking probe if a named pops that I see through the wall, and that'll be the end of the video. be up again soon. So I'm gonna have enough mana and just hopefully kill this guy before the... and then get my pet controlled in the small safe area before the respawns happen, so that I can then corpse this south key. Not quite fast enough. I guess I can just gate out and corpse myself outside. Or I can pull that Hamal out and try to kill it out here also. Maybe I'll take my chances with that. Even though I don't have a hat. That's not a good corner. This is a good corner. Well, at least I did use the fast stun that time to start that, but then I cast the bigger stun right away to get it back under control before I got murdered. Hopefully I get this asshole blurred here before my pet comes out and starts beating him. Stand up just in case I get summoned so I don't get hit quite as hard potentially. That's a bad one. The spells are always bad. End up dispelling my charm. Hey, while I'm at it, still. Well, I get them mad a little bit. If I don't really want to mess around with dispelling root on this guy, so I guess I'm just gonna keep him on lockdown over here until my pet's root finally wears off. Oh, I did already. Now I'm going to get summoned because I wasn't ready for it. I'm not. Wow. Pet does generate a lot of aggro in a hurry. Oh, there I did. The delay. Yeah, that's curious. They say like 2 second delay before a summon. That's significant. It changes the way this stuff works. Like I said before, I'm not sure exactly how, but it will, and it does. I need to be farther away so that if charm breaks, my pet doesn't catch me and start beating me before I get summoned. Actually, that's kind of interesting. If the enemy is rooted and I'm just at the right distance away from my pet, charm breaks, pet starts charging towards me, doesn't get to me before I get summoned, pet has to turn around and come back. I might actually somehow be able to pull that off so that I don't get beat on by the pet at all, even though charm broke, because it's chasing me, then it's chasing me, and it gets caught by the AoE that I fire off right after I get summoned, but before, and that's interesting. I don't know if I want to go with the hall now too. I guess why not? I just kill them all. If I can find the right stun. And Tosh. He will be coming around here in a second. Maybe. Gotta be a little careful. I guess I can have my pet guard here and I can quickly... This would be the more safe option. Ah, oh, son of a... Why did that fetter not go off? Interrupted by what? Apparently I was moving, I guess, but I was pretty sure I was still. Well, that went surprisingly well, actually, for a spur-of-the-moment kind of close quarters fight against a few high-level monsters with the same pet. Multiple charm breaks. No problem. So now I'll get out of the way again and go kill that Hamal here in a second, and then I can do my usual kind of fights for the next name that pops. I'll stay in and wait for him. I'll stay one more fucking time around. I'm gonna eat my goddamn Milano though. Fuck that name mob. That was a good cookie. I'm gonna met up here. I'm gonna refresh my rune because I'm pretty sure it's almost gone. Got beat on a number of times, so refresh rune, go get another drink, go to the bathroom, and then I'll be back to kill that fella and see if I can't finally get it named. about that nasty old necromancer over there. I think I want my pet. I'd like him to be rooted, but it's always risky trying to stick him right there. Mez, Tosh, Root, Charm. Because in that span of time, that skeleton could come around the corner and start throwing dots at me, and I've got to turn and cast on him, and then my pet's not charmed yet, and Mez wears off, and So what I'm going to do is just stick him over by the boss room, get him charmed up, and then go chasing after this guy. Those paradots are disappearing because they're getting used first. See if this gets me summoned. Pets put out crazy amounts of threat. Of course. That's not what I wanted to do, but I got lucky and they both hit anyways. These level 52 mobs in here, sometimes you'll get a resist on an AoE stun like that. And I cast my number 4 AoE stun, which is, see, there's a resist, which is sufficient for the purpose of casting the AoE Mez. But then I cast the my second stun too, and if that would have had a resist on it, I would have been in trouble. Whether it was my pet or the other one. So hopefully that's enough to keep him more upset with my pet than me. Jeez, oh Pete's pet. Pushing this dude all over the place. Trying to stay close enough I can hit him with color flux. Man, not happy with me. On the plus side, I'm not going to get full XP for the whole mall. Those charm breaks were handled pretty well, I think. Barely got hurt, finished the fight at 65 mana, even though it was a little ugly in terms of the breaks. Multiple breaks, high level summoner. do go through some paradots when you're messing around in Howling Stones. And this is all the more reason why I need to get my hands on Bedlam. You know, every extra hit point on my first line of defense, so to speak, I can get. That's one less that gets knocked off rune, and fewer paradots I need to use, and less mana I need to burn on those big runes. And just plain raw more buffer. I mean, I don't even have 1,300 hit points, man. I need to squeeze out every bit of survivability I can in order to get by in here. Yeah. I think we have a while now until that first name pops. So I got plenty of time to met up and get my runes back up and make sure none of my buffs are falling off. Put augmentation back up for extra safety. Right. And when I had Tecmos, and I was epic, I'd always put Speed of the Shissar on myself. Just because. Why not? It's mana free. It gives me agility and a little AC. It can't hurt. Probably doesn't help very much, but it can't hurt. This is like my longest video ever. It just topped over 3 hours. It's funny, I don't remember if it was this video. I probably was. I was talking earlier about how I can't stand to play for more than like an hour and a half in a sitting, and the most of my sittings are only like 30 to 60 minutes long, and I can't stay conscious or coherent or competent. Look at that alliteration, though. I guess I got shortchanging myself. 3 hours in, and I can still show my mastery of the English language like that. Something like that, anyways. I'm kind of pleasantly surprised how far I've made it into 59 today, actually. I think I was 98 or 99%. No, maybe not even that much. I was more than 95%, I think, into 58 this morning. I made 59, immediately died because a guy who died apparently if you die in North, in the boss room, the mobs in there, faster than I thought it was going to be, have a very awkward, and it's another fucking placeholder, have a very awkward way of getting back to their spawn points. And it involves wandering all the way across the wing in the opposite direction to the safe spot, the safe ramp. Because I've been trained there like 3 different times now when either somebody feigned death or hit the portal or died in whatchamacallit, in the boss room in North. And, well anyway, so I immediately lost my level. The Enchanter who died in North, and I could reach my corpse, and I had a key for North up above, or I had a key for North upstairs corpse, and I grabbed it, and then I got my corpse easily enough, and then he naked and me clothed fought in and cleared everything along the way to go get his body, and I ended up getting a res from a Divinity Cleric. Wiggles came in and helped out. And then, but since then I've just been poking around in here, got a 93% res from a Necro, poked around in here some more, and hey, 11%, that's not bad considering it's the worst level of any of them. I forgot to theft out my pen. I'll figure out this new summoning nonsense eventually. Hey, at least any time this quadding asshole is spent chasing after and being stunned by me is not time that he's slaughtering my poor pet. However, unless root breaks again and I can pull this guy farther back, I'm going to get that shit. Yeah, that my hat's down. I don't know if I get out of this alive, I'm out of here. Calling it good. I'm peacing out. To hell with this. It's been real. Not ready to die again tonight. Apparently I just killed those trash mobs too quickly after, and I did too. I was one right after the other What's going on here? Fucking cliff column. It surprises me that nobody ever gets in trouble for training those fuckers around this zone. Training, even unintentional, is supposed to be against the rules. But, everybody trains those things. Especially the high-end guilds as they race to VP or whatever. They always pull the shit out of there with a hammer over and then run. They constantly just bombard the Skyfire zone line with trains for 10 minutes as they all filter in. Okay, so I'm taking off my hit point gear, clicking off my hit point buff, magic resist. Make sure all the stuff that I want is on my corpse. Yeah, it is. Closer than I thought it was going to be. I forgot that I was wounded and that dementia is gone up from like the 635 it was originally. Almost killed myself. That would have been an experience death, which still would have corpsed my stuff. I guess it's not terribly hard to find somebody to res you over there, but still. I'm trying to demonstrate the other way of doing it. So I think give myself one bandage here. I should be able to, maybe 2 bandages, be able to dot myself and camp out. When I log back in and die to the dot, I will not lose XP. process of corpsing stuff like this will be significantly more annoying as I get more and more pieces of hit point gear, because if you log out with fewer current hit points than the amount of plus hit point gear or plus hit point buffs you have, then when you log back in or when you zone, it clears all your buffs and debuffs, and therefore you don't die to a dot. Because I just need more tink bags. More and more and more. Which is a problem for me, because I really need 3 clicky slots. It's hard to not get by. It's hard to get by with fewer than 3 clicky slots. Okay, so this one is newer. I'll put it farther away. So now this one has just a key on it. This one I will leave food, peridot, and a key on, so that if I need the corpse run, I'm good to go. I don't know where this guy is. Guess I can end the stream now. I'm just kibitzing with people and medding up and buffing and stuff, so it's been a good one. Over 3 hours. Good times. Sometime next week, YouTube will finish processing the video and it'll be available. See you guys later.